Welcome back, everybody, to the Huddle Up Podcast, presented by Cooper Paint, Stripe, and Sealing, Jeremy Hodge Auto Group, and Magnolia Landscape and Design. Back at you. I think we had like a little 10-day layoff, something like that, this, that, and the other. But we're back at you. Another familiar face in the middle, obviously David Glidden, my co-host. And then we got Cheddar Bob, a.k.a. the Cheese Man, cut the cheese, whatever you want to say, back in the cut. What's up, boys? DG, how's it going?
What's good, fellas? What's good, man? Fired up. Football season is upon us. It's best time of year. It might be hot, but damn, it's a good time of year, man.
Man, it is hot. It is hot.
Hell, we got between football right now and the golf season coming to an end. I love this time of year right now. So fired up, man. We got our boy Cheese, our fantasy expert, back in this thing. So Cheese, what's happening, man? How are you?
Good, man. I was gonna say I hate this time of year. I'm ready for September 1st, man. I'm ready for football to get kicked off. For me, it's slow time right now, just begging for some football on my TV. So
it's the buildup.
David forgot David forgot the memo of the MLB hats. But
you guys are getting ready for the MLB or like whatever. I mean, the slowest part of the year for the MLB right now. I mean, come on. Yeah. Come on. Football season starts. The playoffs in the golf world, man. That's what it's about.
There you go. It's all good. It's all good.
But maybe that's kind of what Cheese is repping. St. Louis. They're in St. Louis this weekend for the BMW. So
there you go. That's what I'm playing for.
Yeah.
That's it. Hey, but we are talking fantasy football tonight. A lot of drafts are starting, coming up. Everybody's 0-0 right now. Have their sights set on the money if you're in a money league and all that good stuff. But we've got our expert, Cheddar Bob in the house to give us a little bit of insight. Where do you guys want to start first?
I would like to start this off. I'm gonna declare this, that I am not a fantasy football guy. It's a joy of my life to be able to sit back and listen and watch everybody else take part. And I get to witness all the punishments without the anxiety of maybe dealing with one and losing money and all this stuff. So not that I could ever bet on it anyway for the last however many years, but I do enjoy watching people get into it, and I love seeing the punishments. And that's where I'd like to start. Cheese, a couple weeks back, man, you gave us your pick for the MVP and Justin Herbert, excuse me. I think that's a hell of a call with Mr. McDaniel getting out there in LA with him. I think that's going to be a hell of a duo. So I think that's a great call for all you betting people out there to go put a little extra cash down on maybe who's going to win the MVP preseason. So that's probably a good little insight of maybe someone you want to take in your fantasy world.
There I am.
But for welcome back, Drew. We're rolling. And so I want to say that my topic of discussion here is, for one, have you guys ever experienced a fantasy football punishment that had you down bad?
I'll start this off for me because I know Drew's got a good story coming up. We have a home league we've been in I've been in for probably 10, 12 years. And we've never had a punishment. And it's been a topic of discussion with everybody. And it's like every year we vote on it. Should we do a punishment? It always gets voted no. So I know, man. I don't have any good stories of punishments. I see them all online.
I think so.
So
boring.
we actually
I'm really glad I'm not in your league.
Well, we actually did the same thing, Cheese, a couple years ago, but we decided 2 years ago to start doing the punishment. So
like that.
Last year, I can't remember what the winner and the loser basically decide, and kind of everybody is in agreement. Hey, if the loser's cool with it, we'll do it. It's not anything extreme like I've seen. Some of these leagues out there, they're getting tattoos of the winners choosing. Like I'm like, that's a little too far there. But this year, our loser. So we do a draft, in-person draft at Buffalo Wild Wings here in Edmond, and we all get together. And the loser last year had his punishment is he has to show up dressed like Gene Simmons from Kiss. So this is going to be very interesting. I may try to post some pictures or do some stuff like that. But good. I've seen some extreme, like I said, the tattoo thing and a couple other stuff that I'm just like you. The Waffle House thing is pretty cool.
What's the
you
Waffle
stay in
House? I don't know that. I
a
don't know.
Waffle
What is that?
House and for 24 hours and every
I think we lost Drew.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
losing it, man.
But yeah, what the
What is
Waffle
the
House
Waffle
is?
House thing, Chief? You know that?
Yeah, so you have to stay in Waffle House or IHOP for 24 hours, and every pancake or waffle you eat takes down an hour off of the time you have to stay there. So it's usually like guys are sitting there for 12 hours, eat 12 pancakes, and then they can get out of there type of deal. And that was like a real popular one 5 years ago or so, 5-10 years ago.
Oh, that's pretty good. No, I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen
Yeah.
that one. I haven't seen
Yeah.
that. It's pretty good. Okay,
Sorry,
you're
I
back.
missed it.
Cheese just filled me in. He just filled me in on what the Waffle House or IHOP one was.
Yeah, it's
I
crazy,
didn't
isn't
know
it?
that one. Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
pretty good though. That's
Pretty
it's
wild.
crazy. It's not near as bad
It
as
is.
the tattoo. The tattoo could get wild.
Yeah,
That
the
one's
tattoo is a
real
little wild. And this is like, and they're getting all kinds of outrageous looking tattoos. It's crazy, like
Yeah,
unicorns.
like I mean,
and
if
all
you had to
kinds
get
of
like
crazy stuff.
if you had to get like a little leprechaun or something on your butt cheek, you know what I mean, where nobody's gonna see it ever, or something like that. I mean, okay, whatever. But if we're talking like you could literally, the winner gets to choose whatever he wants for you. That's
a
I
little
could get out
insane.
there. Yeah, I could get out
Yeah,
there a
it's a
little
little
bit.
I like the ones where you have to go ask random people for their forgiveness because you got last place in your fantasy league or stuff like that. I like the public awkwardness ones because I'm an introvert myself. So if I had to go out there and ask people about that, I'd be panicking.
Okay,
So
so on that
All
note,
right.
that's a good one. On that note, here's what I want y'all to think of the best ones you've seen, kind of along that line, right? Of like one that's really good, it's public, but it doesn't really do any harm. Maybe there's no tattoo involved or anything like that. But because I will say this, that I saw this one recently. I'm sure other people saw it on social media, and I thought it was awesome. Loser has to go out and play 18 holes with an empty golf bag and act like he has his clubs in it, act like he has his balls, get paired up with a random group, and go out there and swing sticks on air. But he has to take it super serious, like he's actually playing 18 holes, like he actually has a club in his hand, like he's actually hitting the ball, like he's hitting bad shots than good shots. And the whole time he has to act totally serious with a group for 18 holes that he randomly gets paired with. That has to be one of the best ones I've seen, man.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
That's unreal.
I've seen the along the lines of the apology thing. I've seen the press conference where they'll like do a video and they have to do like a press conference style of, I'd like to, I let the fans down. I let that. I've seen a couple of those. It's kind of cool. They're like, yeah, first
That's
off,
funny.
I want to apologize to, yeah.
Yeah, I like those. Any public humiliation, I'm down for. I think those are
within the confines, right? Like
nothing too
public,
crazy.
like within that is like the golf one, man. That one threw me for looks. I mean, that's 4 hours of just straight.
Yeah.
You gotta. Oh,
That's
man, you got to
yeah,
be committed.
you gotta
to
be really
that.
dedicated to
That
that.
was pretty cool. And
Hey,
then you got to go
or
out there and
the,
act like you're hitting good shots, bad shots. So for me, I'm gonna hit. I'm gonna end up with. I only get to act like I'm hitting 5 good shots a day. You know what I mean? And the whole round. And
If I did that,
or
I'd
the
shoot 9 under. My invisible
or the
ball.
2-2 5K. Have you guys heard of that one?
no.
No,
The
I don't
2
think
where
so.
you got to run a 5K with a 2 on.
Oh my gosh.
like a literal tutu. Oh, I was like, I
Yeah.
got you. No, I haven't seen that. That was not bad. That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it wouldn't be the tutu part. I mean, that'd be bad for everyone else to look at. But the actually completing the 5K would be the brutal part.
That would probably be the more challenging part for me.
So 100%.
This body ain't built for long distance, man. That's for sure.
No. It's comfort, not
That's a
speed,
fact.
right?
That's a fact. That's a fact. Well, I had to bring that up, man. That's my, like I said, I'm not a participant in fantasy. I like watching it from afar with the buddies, the whole shit talking world, all the stuff. So, so I had to bring that up.
I will say to our viewers, people watching this video, drop a comment in there talking about your favorite punishments or punishments you've done, crazy ones. People maybe they're watching this that want to do it. Maybe Cheese, your fantasy group can finally man up and do a punishment league. something like that. So you get some ideas from this too. So,
Mhm.
Yeah, I know most of the guys in that league. I think so, maybe not all of them, but I think I know most of them. So I'm gonna definitely push the envelope on that one to try to get something going. Something
Stir the
at least
pot.
Cheese. How do you guys? Let's start with that. Cheese. How do you guys? And then Drew, to you after this. How do you pick your order? Is it based off last season? Is it totally random every year? How does that work? Do you do a combine? Are you doing the whole combine thing? I sent a video to Cheese today what that looks like with
Ooh.
the full obstacle of a little flip cup, a little beer pong, throwing the ball, blah blah blah, a little cornhole action, all in one round. What is that? What do you guys do?
Yeah, so man, we've had a lot of theories and what people want to do. Like we've been wanting to do that for a long time. For us, logistically, it doesn't work because we're all kind of spread out across the United States. There's only like a handful of guys that are actually centralized in Oklahoma City. So doing something like that is kind of hard for us. And in the past years, what we've really done is like I'll set up a live screen. I'll go live on YouTube or Instagram or something and just pick names out of a hat. And then it's like 12 down to 1, 14 down to 1, something like that. I know one year we used Cameo. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Cameo, but you can just pay somebody to basically make a video. And that's real popular now. A lot of fantasy leagues are doing that. They're paying like John Gruden and different people on Cameo to reveal their I don't know if I should say online. I don't know if I should say a female actress. We'll say that.
Female actress.
Very famous adult female actress. So,
whoa! All right.
Yeah, it was a little. It was a fun moment.
Can you tell the people where to find this video, or is that just on your group?
No. Next, we're moving on.
It's not.
Oh
it was professional. It was all professional. Nothing
professional. Yeah.
Yeah.
Drew's trying to find the video of it.
No, I just want to see.
Cameo is all private. They just send you a private video that you can share with everybody. So nothing on the interwebs.
Okay, so let me ask this though. Then, what is fantasy? Is it a snake draft or what does that look like? Or is it?
Yes. Yeah. Most of them are snake drafts. You can do it multiple ways. The most popular way is definitely a snake draft. So goes to 14, and then if you're the 14th pick, you got the 15th pick, and then back across. So that's typically how it goes. And each league's different, though. I mean, you have different number of players, roster spots, starting roster spots, everything like that. I would say the most popular is like 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, a flex, which a flex can be defense kicker, and a flex usually is tight end, running back, or wide receiver. And that's your starting.
What would you say is the average number of people per league?
I'd say 12. I think 12's kind of the sweet spot number. You'll see some with 10, you'll see some with 14, but I think 12's a good. Yeah, 12.
Yeah, we have 10 in our league.
Yeah, 12's usually the sweet spot.
Okay, just for my sake, if even numbers here, let's go with 10. If you have 10 guys in a league and you're doing a snake draft, what's the prime position? What spot do you want? I mean, you want the number 1 overall pick, or are you going for 5 right in the middle? What's best?
There's a lot of different theories, but for me, I want number 1. I mean, I think if you have the number 1 pick, the world's your oyster. You can pick whoever you want. So that's obviously the best draft position, in my opinion, is the first spot. But yeah, I mean, people have theories like they want to be later in the draft so they can kind of get 2 top 15 guys. If you're the 10th pick, you get number 10 and number 11. So a lot of people like that, where if you're the first pick, you're getting the first player and the 20th player. So, I mean, just depends. But like, for instance, this year, if you're the first or second pick, you got a huge advantage. You got Jahmyr Gibbs or Bijan Robinson. Both of them are way heads above everybody else in the league right now as far as production. And
hey, what about Jamar Chase though?
Jamar Chase is solid. He's very good. I think a lot of it depends with Jamar Chase is Joe Burrow's health. And we've seen that in the past.
That's true. Yep.
Yeah, we've seen that in the past years. Joe Burrow gets hurt. It hurts Jamar Chase a lot. So
Puka Nacua is another one up there too.
Yep. Same way. Puka's a beast. He's a target monster. He gets fed. Matthew Stafford loves him. Great offense for him to be in. But yeah, the running backs, especially Bijan and Jahmyr Gibbs, they have that receiving potential that just makes them even more explosive. I mean, they're getting 5 receptions a game plus 15 to 20 handoffs. So That's just a huge Konami code and a huge advantage if you have either one of those guys.
Okay, so here we go. So I'm putting you on the spot right here, Drew. You're first. Jake, Cheese, you're Jake. That's crazy. I haven't called you Jake in like years. I don't know the last time I ever called you Jake. In Little League Baseball, maybe.
Probably.
Drew, for you, your league right now, if you were to get the number one pick, man, who are you taking?
Unfortunately, I do not have the number one pick this year.
Oh, you already have it select. You already know.
We select them at random. Yeah.
When is your draft?
Before the draft. The 28th. So next Saturday.
28th is next Friday, right?
Saturday.
First week 0 of high school football.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. So I think it is actually.
I think it's Friday.
It's Friday. It's Friday. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's just. Okay. Then. Okay. I didn't know you already had yours. Let's just say you had the number one overall pick. Who you taking?
Yeah. I
don't need to run around, man. I need an answer. I don't want to run around. I want an answer.
Well, like Cheese just said, I'm taking a running back who's got catching and potential ability out of the backfield and rushing the football. I am going to take Jameer. I'm taking Jahmyr Gibbs because I'm never going to draft a Longhorn. So, yep.
I love that.
And I'll stand on business.
Yep.
I hear you. I agree with that 100%. I think
Jahmyr and the Falcons are absolutely trash. So
I was gonna say, how much does who would be getting the ball to?
He's gonna get a lot of touches. He's gonna get a lot of yards. But at the end of the day, he's also got some durability issues too. Because
that's true.
His offensive line is not as good as some others. But you can't go wrong with taking either one of those guys. To be honest with you,
okay. So Jahmyr's kind of the consensus there.
I would take Jahmyr Gibbs just for the simple fact he's on a playoff contending team. He's got a really good quarterback, really good offensive line, and their defense can flip it and get them a lot of possessions. So
yep. And he's the lone soldier back there now. The last couple of years he's had to deal with David Montgomery.
Guy.
Yeah, they've split a lot of work, so now he's the main attraction. So he should get fed a lot, and that's what you want in fantasy. I mean, it's more about. I mean, everybody's good, right? I mean, top 10 round picks are all studs in the NFL. It's just who's got the opportunity, who's getting the most looks, who's getting the most targets, who's getting the ball, basically.
Who's staying healthy.
Who's staying healthy. That's a huge one, too. Yeah, you got to look at health.
Yep.
And a lot of things.
And your bye weeks, too.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to be conscious of
when you're getting into the later picks. Yep.
Yep, exactly. And I tell a lot of people too, like coaching offensive coordinators is huge. I look for
play calling.
Nick Shanahan. I always call it the Nick Shanahan tree. So McVay and Kyle Shanahan, anybody in that tree, they're just unreal in fantasy football. And it's like I would have to look at the stat, but I think the past 5 years, most of the fantasy football players who have won the leagues for people have come from Kyle Shanahan or Sean McVay tree. You see it all the time, like Christian McCaffrey, for instance, Deebo Samuel a couple of years ago, Puka Nacua last year, Matthew Stafford was the MVP last year. So, I mean, that coaching tree produces a lot of great talent.
Here's a great question. This is from Smitty So Pretty on YouTube. What about the guys from the same team? Cheese, how do you feel about that? This is a great question right here.
Yeah, I think that's good. If you can get a quarterback and a wide receiver from the same team, I think that benefits a lot. If you can stack that, or even a tight end, because then you're getting double points for touchdowns. Running backs, I think they have more standalone value, where you don't really need to kind of stack them with another player. I mean, if it is like a Jahmyr Gibbs, I think stacking him with the Jared Goff's not a bad idea because he does get so many receptions. But I would like to stack, like a Goff, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, or a Goff, Laporta. Somebody else.
The tight end with them for sure would be huge. I don't know, but Smitty's So Pretty. Man, shout out for the question first off. But man, your profile picture right there, that was awesome. Shout out Eli Manning. Man, that was what a picture. Just steering. Yeah, I hear you, man. That's good stuff right there. Eli lost in whatever world he's in. Right? That's good stuff, man. That's good knowledge right there, Chief.
We love the questions, guys. Keep them firing at us. Yeah, keep them going. If you guys haven't subscribed to us yet and you're watching right now, please hit that subscribe button, like, share, follow, all that good stuff. We're trying to grow this thing, trying to have a little fun here. But no, those are great questions. Any of those kind of questions, definitely tonight. If you have any fantasy football questions, we'd love to answer them.
I want to keep them going because I'm liking this. The fact that I'm not in it, man, I feel like I can rattle these things off and make you guys think here. But I mean, it's funny to hear you guys talk about this because I'm not educated on it. But man, being around football for forever, hearing the fantasy talks is one thing. But I think I know Cheese's answer based off the Justin Herbert and Mike McDaniel love tree going on out there. We won't mention Madison Beer and that love tree going on with it too. But who is the top quarterback you're going to take? Who's the top quarterback that you would take for yourself? All quarterbacks on the board, regardless of the pick. It's time to pick a quarterback, regardless of round, whatever that is. Who's the first one you want to take? Both of you guys, either of you.
What's interesting is I do.
Quarterback
I did,
go ahead.
Oh, well, I was going to say I did bet on Justin Herbert to win MVP, but I don't know if I would choose him. Like, if I'm picking a quarterback for fantasy, I'm looking for somebody that can run and throw the ball. And so anybody with legs, like, first one that comes to my mind, Jaden Daniels pops up. He had a bad year last year. I expect him to bounce back in a big way this year. I like a dart.
You would take him over Jalen Hurts?
I think him and Jalen Hurts are right next to each other. I do like Jalen Hurts a lot this year too. A lot of people are down on him after losing A.J. Brown, but I think getting a new offensive coordinator and then, his running potential. He gets so many of those tush push right at the goal line. Those are huge. I mean, that's 6 points for him. Yeah,
I was gonna say. I mean, the new offensive coordinator for him is nothing. That's been a thing for him since he was at Bama to OU down to the league. He's had a new offensive coordinator like every year of his life. So that's, in my opinion, that's nothing. But I saw
the
a stat on ESPN
a
few weeks ago. The stat on ESPN a few weeks ago said in like the last 2 or 3 years, he has like the most rushing touchdowns in the NFL or something like that.
Yeah, the tush push it helps a ton.
I mean, for sure. And so, but I mean, that's
he gets a lot of
fantasy team
for sure. Yep. He gets a lot of rushing touchdowns, but like for me, I play in a 6-point touchdown league. So if a quarterback throws for a touchdown, they get 6 points. If you run for a touchdown, you get 6 points. So like the touchdowns, as far as like passing versus rushing it in, doesn't matter to me. That they're equal the same. It's more of the rushing yards. So like Jaden Daniels has standalone rushing yards where Jalen Hurts doesn't have as many rushing. He does do the tush push a lot and he gets rushing yards, but I just like the Jaden Daniels, Drake May. He likes to run a lot. Tyler Shutt. Josh Allen's a great one. He's a Konami code. Yeah, I mean,
Drew is your league the same as Cheese's with that
6
how
point
keep score? Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then we also have like the passing yard scale to where if you're over 100, if you're over 150, if you're over, you get extra amount of points and stuff like that too. So the more passing yards you get certainly matters a lot too. But guys, we got 25 people right now watching live. That's awesome. You guys fire away. Like I said, subscribe, like, throw your questions in here. Fantasy football tonight. But this is awesome, man. Thank you guys for so much for pulling up and taking, so this is
great. That's the power of fantasy, and that's the power of Cheddar Bob, man. They want to hear Cheddar Bob speak about fantasy. They know.
Hey, here's another one right here. Here's another question. Smitty, so pretty. Let's go. Thank you. How do you feel about Godwin this year? Haven't heard his name mentioned much. No Williams, Mbuka, McMillan, questionable, healthy Baker, stuff like that. Those are great questions right there.
That's a good question right there, man. Yeah, I haven't heard nobody's talking about Godwin. Like I just saw a full thing on Tampa Bay today. This is regardless of fantasy. Yeah, I mean, I know Vita Vea or whatever he's the talk of the day, and Baker's contract. Those are the talks.
You know what?
But nobody's talking about Godwin.
He is slipping under the radar, which is huge for him. And I mean, I think he's a great player. I know a lot of people are down on him this year just because the Ibuka. A lot of people are high on Ibuka. Think he's going to take off, but I don't know. I'm kind of high on that offense. I think they're sleeping on Baker this year. I think he has something to prove with the contract negotiations and everything. He's got a chip on his shoulder. So I like Godwin. I like Ibuka. I like Bucky Irvin in the backfield. I think Kenneth Gainwell, too, is going to be a nice dart throw late as well. I think he's going to get a lot of touches. And, I like that
Kenneth
offense.
Gainwell.
So,
Memphis Tiger running back, man.
That's right.
So,
I think
No.
Chris Godwin's a good pick. I mean, the upside's there. Yeah, I like that offense. So that's kind of what you're looking for.
I mean, Drew,
Yeah,
there's
and this
Drew, that's a keeping Bedlam alive squad right there. You got their OC
it
with
right
Zach
there.
Robinson,
That's
right? And Baker
that's what I'm
Mayfield
talking
teaming
about.
up. I mean, power of
Yep.
Bedlam could come through in Tampa Bay
Hey,
this
and
year.
here's crazy. Here's something crazy. At fantasypros.com, they have tiers of the quarterbacks. Tier 1, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. I'm staying away from Lamar Jackson. I don't care. That's just me. Drake May. Tier 2, Burrow, Daniels, Hurts, Caleb Williams. That's another one. Your boy Justin Herbert and Trevor Lawrence. Interesting tier 2 there. What do you think on Trevor Lawrence this year, Cheddar Bob?
I like him a lot. Going back to the McShanahan coaching tree, Liam Cohen. I think he's a great mind offensively.
Liam Cohen.
He's a great mind.
That's legit. The McShanahan. That's a hell of a like.
You like it?
McShanahan. That sounds like a McDonald's ice cream.
That's what I love. I just bundle them together.
Pull up in the drive-thru. Hey, can I get 2 McShanahans, please? Hold the
That's right.
sauce.
Let me get all the McShanahans I can get.
Yeah, let me get a couple McShanahans.
Yeah, I love Liam Cohen. He did a great job with Trevor last year. Trevor took a huge step forward. And I think same this year. I expect him to do great things. And even like his rushing ability, he's done great rushing last year. And then his wide receiver group is absolutely unreal. They got studs everywhere. Jacoby Myers, Brian Thomas Jr., Parker Washington. I think he's a huge late round still. I love Parker Washington out of Penn State.
Myers came from the Raiders, right?
Yeah, they traded for him last year.
Right.
They still have Travis Hunter too, which I know a lot of people are thinking he's going to be full-time DB, but I still expect him to be in some packages and kind of get involved on the offense. So a lot of weapons for Trevor Lawrence. I think that's a great pick.
Hey, here's a interesting tier 3 of these quarterbacks. These are some really good quarterbacks. You got Prescott, Purdy, Bo Nix, Jackson Dart, Mahomes coming off of that injury, Stafford, and Goff. Man, I feel like that could be like the tier 1. You know, that's some really good quarterbacks there. What are your thoughts on Mahomes obviously coming back from that injury with the ACL? Him and Caleb Williams are my 2 guys that I'm really interested to see this year on how they're going to do. I know obviously Caleb Williams had a really good season. You know, Mahomes, his was kind of up and down a little bit. Give me your thoughts on those 2 in particular.
Yeah, Caleb Williams, I'm not sure. I'm unsure. I think he had a great year last year. He has a lot of weapons, great offense coordinator, great coach. I just think he's getting drafted a little high compared to some other guys in that area that I'd like to have. But like I think he's still gonna have a great year, and I like the situation he's in. Who was the other one you asked about?
Mahomes.
Oh yeah, I do like Mahomes. Again, he's got the Rashee Rice problem. I don't know if Rashee's going to get suspended. What's going to happen with Rashee Rice? But I do like that the old offense coordinator.
Is that how you say his name?
Rashee Rice.
Rashid. Yeah.
Pretty sure it's Rashid, Chief.
Tomato.
Yeah. You know, hey, it's Braves, Cardinals. You know, you get it. I mean,
yeah. Come on, dude. What did you say his name was? Rashid.
Rashid. Like I don't think anybody's gonna. His name is Rashid Rice.
Guys, comment down below how it's pronounced, please.
There's no D. Rashid. Maybe there's D. I don't know.
I think there is a D. Hold up.
Yeah, look it up. Let's look real quick. I don't know either.
Yeah.
No, you're right. There's no D. You're right.
Yeah.
But
I've heard everybody that I've heard pronounces it Rashid, but I don't know.
Yeah, me too. Now maybe we're the crazy ones, but he's
SMU.
Geez,
boy, maybe right? you're the only one. Maybe you're the right. Yeah. Maybe you're the right, and everybody else is wrong.
I'm in Chiefs territory, so I'm in Chiefs territory up here in Wichita.
That's true. You're up there. You're up there.
I feel like I have the right to say his name wrong.
I don't know. I'm pretty like we played him at Memphis. I'm pretty sure it's Rashid.
Probably. It probably is.
Okay, regardless, let's just hope he stays out of trouble and maybe Pat can throw him the ball and that'd be fun to watch. Okay, so anyway, sorry to interrupt, but
no, you're good. I was just piggybacking on like Eric Bieniemy coming back as OC. I think that's great for Mahomes. Since he left, he hasn't looked the same. So I think him coming back is going to be huge for Mahomes, and I think Mahomes will have a good year too.
Who else do they have?
Hey, they got another
Kenneth. I know they got Kenneth Walker, right? But like,
I was going to say they got a hell of a. They got a hell of a running backs coach now too, from what I heard.
Wideout, they got Xavier Worthy from Texas, another Longhorn. Last year they drafted him in the first round. He was kind of a disappointment. They got Tyquan Thornton, I think, still there, which is they really just have a bunch of no names. I mean, it's Travis Kelce, Rashee Rice, and then they drafted Cyrus Allen out of Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Cyrus Allen's good.
People have been
he's
raving
good.
about him on all camp long.
Regardless, though, he's still a rookie, and
still a rookie.
So I mean, he ain't. But Patrick Mahomes can.
Kenneth Walker was a great pickup.
Yeah, that is a great pickup.
Yeah, they paid him a lot of money.
Not too many times you can get the Super Bowl MVP coming off. So
that's a great point.
Cheese, on the topic of quarterbacks, how early is too early to draft your quarterback? I know a lot of guys, they'll go snatch a quarterback in the first couple rounds, which I think is dumb. But how early is too early to draft your quarterback?
Yeah, everybody has different strategies. I prefer to wait on quarterback. I think the sweet spot usually is around round 6 to round 9. Like we were just talking about, you can get some of those guys, Trevor Lawrence, Brock Purdy, Patrick Mahomes, guys in that range, Jackson Dart, which I like those guys all the same. I mean, Josh Allen, obviously, Lamar Jackson, they're pushed way up, which they're studs for a great reason. I mean, they should be the first quarterbacks drafted off the board. But I think you can wait and be pretty good. Like last year, for instance, Drake May, I think he was like an 8th round pick, 10th round pick in fantasy leagues, and he was unreal, almost won the MVP. So I think you can always find a quarterback late. You just got to pick the right one, obviously. But yeah, I like to wait typically.
Yeah, no pressure, just pick the right one.
And
no pressure, right?
And you're keeping only 2 on your roster, or how do you cut them, pick them up? How do you do your obviously your buys matter, everything like that. How do you typically run your quarterback starters and bench them and all that kind of stuff?
I'm usually taking one quarterback, and then I'm aware of his bye week, and then I'm looking and seeing like who's available, who can I pick up off the waiver wire to get me to his bye week type of deal. But we see it a lot too. Every year quarterbacks get injured. There'll be a backup quarterback that comes in. For instance, Malik Willis last year, Jordan Love got hurt. Malik Willis came in for the Packers, played unreal, got him a new contract in Miami, somebody like that. He wasn't even getting drafted last year. So if you kind of wait a couple weeks, kind of see injuries happening type of stuff, and then you can go snag somebody off the waiver wire to be a good backup for you.
Yeah, if you're drafting Lamar Jackson, you guys might as well go ahead and take a second quarterback. So just throwing that out there to you. So yeah. Yeah, no, that's kind of all I have. I'm taking notes over here. I'm like, hey, getting ready for my draft. So
Drew, you're gonna have to like go back and rewatch this episode.
I am. Oh yeah, I'm about to break it down like film, man. You know what I'm saying? Yep. I'm gonna rewatch it too.
That's cool. Well, let me. I guess the last question I would have, because I think you touched on, man, it hit on a lot of good things. Really good questions in there from our man Schmitty. So pretty. I think it's what it is. I think it's what it was. Yep. I just know he had the Eli Manning picture, man. That was good stuff. Cheese, Drew, how important is picking a defense?
Not important at all to me.
It's not.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Dude, let me say this.
You can interchange those so much.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. What I typically do, I'm streaming a new defense every week. So I'm looking at who's available on the waiver wire for defenses. Yep. When I say waiver wire,
you can do that.
Yeah.
So you can draft, you can cut and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yep. Pick up guys,
add and drop all the time. Yep.
So every week I'm usually starting a new defense, and I'm going against whoever has the worst offense. Basically, I'm looking for the worst offense, and I'm starting that defense. I'm looking for sacks. I want a defense that's going to get a lot of sacks. So a banged up offensive line, I'm kind of looking to go after that. So yeah, I take defense week by week and just pick the best available that I can get that week.
So that's good info.
I think kickers are a lot more important. I think if you have a kicker league, getting a really good kicker. I'm not great with kicker names. I'm sorry, but like Dallas Cowboys, I think is Brandon Aubrey. He was amazing last year.
You pronounced that one right. That's good.
Okay, great. Yeah. Yeah, so I think having a good kicker.
Progress.
When I look for
Yeah.
kickers too,
You're just choppy with skill players. That's okay.
yeah, the skill players like the names are changing like crazy, so I got to keep up with the times with the new names. But yeah, with kickers, I'm looking for good offenses too. Who's in the red zone a lot? Who's scoring touchdowns? Who's getting me in field goal position? That's what I'm looking for kickers.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I just feel like the last however many years, I say last however many years, I mean last few years particularly, I'd be sitting in on Sundays or Mondays, I'd be sitting in the office in the cave with the guys in Stillwater. Shout out to the guys in the cave, man. They know who they are if they ever hear this. But they'd always have their fantasy battles going on, and then I'd be like, man, I just feel like I always every week somebody, at least one guy, was always talking about how good his defense did that week, and it saved them or whatever it was. And I was like, so that's what made me think about it, to be honest.
It could do that, and like Cheese said, if you hit it right and you can hit that defense on the right weeks, and that's part of it is going against an offense, or hey, I know this quarterback is struggling a little bit. I'm gonna pick this defense up. Stuff like that could really do it. Also, I agree with Cheese on the kicker part, man. I've had kickers win me some games during the weeks because they had a 12-point game, or they've had even a 9-point game, something like that, to where it makes the difference. But I think one of the most important positions on your fantasy roster is your flex position. What do you think, Cheese?
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yep.
It's a huge advantage if you have a really good flex. Whether that, kind of depends on how your draft's going, where if it's going to be a tight end, if it's going to be a running back, if it's going to be a receiver. I've seen all different types of strategies, and really I don't have one that I like in general. I kind of just sit there and see how the draft is going, and a lot of times I'm just taking best available player who I've been wanting. So yeah, I kind of just wait and see how it plays out. But yeah, I think getting as many, and that goes back to not drafting a quarterback early. The more skill players, running backs, wide receivers you can get, I think helps you out a lot. So, and that goes into your flex.
Yeah, because I think that those positions, those skill positions, tend to have the most injuries.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
So you're building depth with those running backs, receivers, and even a couple tight ends there if you can hit the right two.
Yep.
But yeah. What are your thoughts? And this is my last question as far as that. What about players in new places, like key players? I'm talking like starting quarterbacks like Kyler Murray, for example. Some guys like that. What are your thoughts on? Do you stay away from those guys? Do you think, hey, this may help them kind of rejuvenate and have a good season? What are your thoughts on new guys in new places?
Yeah, that's tough. That's a good question because you never know, right? It's the unexpected. You have all this data set from them in the past with a different team, with different personnel around them. So yeah, going to a new team can be tough. I'll take an example of one I like is Jalen Waddle going from Miami to Denver. I think that was a great move for him, a great fit, better offense, better quarterback. So I think somebody like that, you can guarantee that he's going to have a better year than he did last year. But yeah, like a Kyler Murray moving over, I don't know. I guess you got to kind of look at like offense coordinator, who he's with, personnel around him. I don't know. Kyler Murray is I would say is kind of on the same tier. I would probably stay away, but at the same time, a lot of people are thinking like me, and you can kind of do the reverse psychology and get him late, and maybe he does have a great year. So he has that potential, a lot of rushing yards. He's got Justin Jefferson there with him. So, it's a lot of good things. Jordan Addison's really good. And then, yeah, they even got a third. What's his name? He was from San Francisco last year too.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask about. They did get a third, and I can't remember who it was.
Holy cow!
He's number 15 for San Francisco last year.
Oh,
Juwan Jennings.
Jennings. Yep. Yeah. I was like,
yeah, they signed him. So yeah, he's got a lot of talent around him and good offensive mind as a coach. So,
what about AJ Brown in New England with Drake May?
I think that's a huge upgrade for him. We saw it last year with Steph Diggs and Drake May. And I think AJ Brown's is leaps and better than Steph Diggs. So I think that's a great fit for AJ Brown.
Smitty's so pretty with the comments tonight, man. I love it.
What's the question?
Cheese, you just said you think AJ Brown is leap year. Did you say leap year? What'd you say?
Yeah, basically. That's what I tried to say, but I don't think it came out right.
Every other year?
Was it leap year? Was it leap year? Did you say is that what you used? I don't
Can
know.
you guys see the comment on the screen?
But yeah, I can.
The Harris sign.
I just wanted to make sure, Cheese. So you're saying AJ Brown way above what Steph Diggs was last year?
I think AJ Brown is more talented than Steph Diggs. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So in the same offense, the same position, basically, he's going to be a Steph Diggs. I mean, we saw with Steph Diggs, he wasn't getting that much snap share. Like they were only putting him in there. I think he was at like maybe 50, 60% snap share. So I expect AJ Brown to be out there, 13 personnel. Like he should be the main wide receiver out there the whole time. So
gotcha.
I mean,
makes sense. I'm with you. Okay, so I want to get to this question though.
Yeah,
I got to be filled in. I don't even know who is Harris. Who is the Harris signing?
That's Najee Harris. So Najee Harris signed with
Najee went with New York.
Yeah, they signed him to a 1-year deal. I don't think that affects Scadaboo. To me, I think it more tells me that they're not happy with Tyrone Tracy as the backup running back. So, and yeah, maybe a little bit probably has to do with Scadaboo's injury prone and stuff like that. He likes to run through brick walls, could have a concussion here and there. He's
do backflips on stages.
Hey, yeah, I will tell you what. I got to watch that dude a couple years ago, and Dave, you probably saw him too. I was in Stillwater for that game against Arizona State, the rain delay, all that good stuff. I'm like, this dude is on another level.
Yeah,
He's some kind of psycho.
Yeah.
You know,
that's for sure. I actually saw him the year before that, before he really blew up. We played him again in the preseason. I guess that was in 2023. Was actually my first year seeing him. And that was when I first noticed. That was really before he came onto the scene big time. And I was like,
I can't remember, but that was like in Stillwater against Arizona State, and he had like 160 yards rushing, something like that. And I was like,
he torched us.
I was like, man,
he torched us. He torched us in 23 at Arizona State. We won that game, but he torched us there too. Dude, the most.
Torched a lot of people.
Yeah, he torched a lot of people for sure. What he did in the Big 12 championship game that year against who was it, Iowa State?
Yep,
that was a performance right there, man. Some of those runs he had in that game was like
the college football playoff too. He had some.
Against Texas. Yeah,
that was unreal.
That's right.
That's
right.
Yeah.
So
back game,
Scadaboo. Right? Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I wouldn't be worried about Najee Harris signing there. I think that's more of just a depth and more of a backup running back role. Scadaboo is going to get the touches, so don't worry about Najee.
For sure.
Good insight. That's good info. What a great question, man.
Yeah.
The questions are coming. That's big time stuff. So, well, I guess I would say, do you guys got any between Drew, Cheese? You guys got any final comments or questions about this before we kind of steer it into a different direction to finish this thing off?
Yeah. One question, and I'll do it just because I have my 7th pick out of 10 in the first round. Cheese. Who are some players that I need to be watching for at the 7th pick there?
Okay, 7th pick. Let's see. I mean, obviously, I think one of the running backs that I'm pretty high on, where I'm seeing a lot of people push him down the list, is James Cook. I think James Cook, going back to the Buffalo offense, I think that's somebody you want to keep an eye on, and I'm really not sure why he's getting pushed down so far, because
that's funny you say that. I've actually had him the last couple of years, and I love James Cook. He's done he's helped me. I got 3rd this last year, and then I think I finished runner up the year before. But he had some big games for me, man. I do like some James Cook a lot.
Yeah, and I think like him and CMC, Christian McCaffrey, I think are about on the same level. So like if Christian McCaffrey goes before the 7th pick, I think James Cook above Jonathan Taylor. I like James Cook above Jonathan Taylor, so I think that's a good fit. And then as far as like wide receivers, if you can get JSN at the 7th pick, I think that's a great fit.
Yep.
If Puka happens to fall to you, I don't know if he will, but if a lot of people are a little scared about his suspension looming, I think it'll only be like a 1 or 2 game suspension from what I'm seeing online. But him, Amon-Ra St. Brown, I think would be a great pick at 7. So yeah, I think those are probably the 3 guys: James Cook, Amon-Ra St. Brown, JSN. That's who I'd be looking at that pick.
Nice. I'm probably going to take Aaron Rodgers, but that's cool. So
there you go. You can wait. You can wait till the 20th round to get him.
Oh man, no, we can switch gears. DG, what else you got?
That's good stuff. Well, I think the fantasy talk is great, man. I know you can tell. Obviously, Cheese is well versed. Drew, you obviously know what the hell you're talking about too with it all, and so it's pretty cool. I'm excited to hear how you guys do this season. Now, the fact I get to talk about it carefree. And when you guys come in here all pissed off talking about it this season is good.
Yeah,
so,
we can definitely have an episode once a week, maybe, if we could try to do that, to where that, or we throw up some videos, some clips of, just Cheese talking, hey, here's your fantasy football update for the week. He could be our insider that, we throw on some videos or some Twitter stuff and all that. And
we can do like
if you guys land some good information, please send your Cash App and Venmo requests to Jake and pay him off for all those inside tidbits.
Yeah, I love that. But yeah, even Wednesday, like a little start set. I know that's a big thing. And fantasy, everybody's like, who should I start this week? I got these 2 guys.
Start, sit, bench.
Yeah, I think.
Or start, sit, cut, or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah, you're always between a couple of guys. Who should I start? So that's always a big thing.
Yeah, that could be good.
Yeah.
For
sure. It is good stuff. Well, man, but to finish this thing off, I guess the last thing, just on the football note, a lot of NFL talk right there. I'm gonna go a couple levels down here. State of Oklahoma, for us, Drew, high school football right around the corner. We got a lot of big time scrimmages going on around the state tonight. A lot of talent in this state this year, man. Every year for sure. But there's some big time players around here. I know you're covering games this fall. Are there any games or teams that you're looking forward to seeing coming up soon?
I am actually calling the first game of the week 0 next weekend. Next Friday night, I will be at Putnam City. They're taking on UConn, so that'll be interesting. I know PC coming off a semifinal run. Last year, lost to Sand Springs in the semifinals. And then UConn kind of reloading a little bit this year. That ought to be an interesting week 0 game. I'll be on KREF Sports TV for that call next week at PC to start the season off. But I'll be doing a lot of Edmond North games, home games this year as well. So I'll be predominantly in the 6A covering games and calling doing some color commentary for those. So you guys follow me for those updates and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm excited. As a whole, I feel like across the board from 2A all the way up to 6A1 is going to be a pretty competitive, with minus, 5A with Carl Albert always doing their thing. Nobody seems to be able to knock them off. I think they're continuing to be strong. And can somebody, take a run at Bixby? That's another thing in 6A1. Can somebody knock them off finally? And then you get down into 4A and 3A and stuff like that, man. There's teams like Tuttle, Sulphur, Kingfisher, Perkins, there's Heritage Hall, a lot of great football around the metro and then across the state too. So I'm excited just in general for really good high school football and seeing kind of who wins some of these district titles and who can take a run at state championships.
Yeah, no doubt. Cheese, man, you followed anything about high school football lately? I mean, you're well versed in the Shield. Those guys in the big leagues. I know you're up there in Kansas now, so you're up in Derby, Kansas world, where that's a different ball game. But you got any insight for us, man? You know anything about these squads? Or you just trying to hope somebody knocks off Bigsby for once?
Man, honestly, not really. I just hope the Mustang Broncos are good. That's about all. That's about all I know. But I mean, I keep up with like some players. Like I look at the recruiting boards on 247 Sports and stuff like that. It looks like there's a lot of talent. I'm well versed with the corner / wide receiver from Mustang that's going to OU. He looks really good. And then the
Osborne.
UConn, the Osborne, and then the UConn corner going to TCU. He looks like a stud too. So. Yeah, I'm up to verse with the players, but not really the team. I couldn't tell you much about that.
Hey, man, you just said it right there. That's big stuff knowing those guys, man. For people that you don't know, that's good, man. That's really good. I think there's a lot of talent in this state, a lot of good football. There was a lot of good football tonight, a lot of scrimmages, some big names going on tonight. Our partners over there in Arkansas and now coming to Oklahoma with Varsity Vibe, covering a lot of those games. So any of you high school sports people out there, man, I don't know about Varsity Vibe, go check us out. They've been on the show here with our man Bray Cook, and it's just now beginning in the state of Oklahoma, and you're going to see it take over really, really soon on your social media pages. I promise you that. And they do. I say they do. We do a hell of a job with getting those schools and those players promoted and just trying to show the best of what they do week in and week out. It's a lot of fun covering all those people. So, and check them out. It's going to be an absolute show this year in high school football because what Cheese just said, there's some big time talent. Drew said it too. And even when you go to the small schools across the board, man, you're going to see some very, very well-rounded football.
Yeah, don't sleep on small classes, man. There's some guys that can go,
That is the absolute truff.
You got what's it, Cooper Hackett? Cooper Hackett over at Fort Gibson, 5-star offensive lineman going to OU. A couple guys like that, man. And then I got a couple shout outs, guys that are in new places as head coaches. My buddy Derwin Franklin at Edmond Santa Fe coming over from Millwood. And then a couple other guys who are in new spots coming over. And that'll be interesting to see some of these guys kind of changing where they're at. I know Coach Reed taking over at Jones. They're coming off a state championship. He's coming from Altus, throwing that little air raid with his son. His son's a hell of a quarterback. And so that'll be fun to see if Jones can repeat there too as well. So a lot of great stuff happening across the state.
Yep, there's no doubt. And that not even included what's going on in the Bedlam world between I guess you would say our Bedlam-less world between the Sooners and the Cowboys, man. But obviously a lot of hype around both those teams. Excited to watch both of them. Not really going to get into the weeds on that tonight. But I did want to show some love to the high school football teams going on or that are getting started here in the state and that are about to really pick it up. Have obviously been grinding their butts off the last couple of weeks too to get ready. So like we said, big time scrimmages happening tonight, getting ready for week 0 next week. And then, before we talked about that, Cheese giving us the absolute lowdown on the fantasy world. Probably the most comments we've ever had. So our man Smitty was loading us up and was giving us some great topics. Cheese with the great insight. And now, Drew, I can't wait to see if you take advantage of it, man. And if your fantasy team comes out on top, see if you got to dress up as Gene Simmons.
Hey, I'm not, but I'm going to do a winners press conference this year. And my first shout out is going to be Cheddar Bob for the victory. I may even cut him off some of that prize money too if I get it done. So, but no, next week, guys, Monday night, we got a special guest coming on the show, Chris Phillips from SEC Unfiltered. Awesome dude, covers the SEC, goes on road tripping every fall, every spring, does a lot of baseball coverage for the SEC. We're going to have him on the show Monday to talk SEC football preview and to preview the best conference in the country as far as football, talking all that, everything like that. So, guys, give us a follow, subscribe. Don't miss that. So that's going to be 7:30 p.m. Central on Monday night with our boy Chris Phillips from SEC Unfiltered. That's going to be a hell of an episode. I'm excited about that.
You just set up our first question right there.
Yep.
Best conference in the country, but there's some people There's another conference that might disagree with that one a little bit if you looked at the last few years. I'm just saying.
Yeah, if you talk about a top-heavy conference, sure. Yeah, the Big Ten, whatever. Yeah.
It sounds like an excuse. I'm just talking about winning. That's all I'm talking about. So,
yeah, well, just ignore Alabama's, track record for the last however many years, but that's okay.
You're an Alabama fan now?
No, I'm just saying the SEC. You can't forget what they're doing. So,
I'm just,
but yeah,
I'm just remembering the last 3
and
years.
if you play teams like
SEC
Northwestern and Northwestern, Rutgers, Maryland, sure, yeah. I mean, you could play those teams and call yourself a national champion. Yeah, that's cool.
They play. I'm pretty sure they played some SEC teams along the way too. So
yeah, they played Miami in the national championship game too. So yeah, there you go. So I didn't know they were in the SEC conference either. So,
geez, I think they won the final game. That's all I'm saying.
That's okay. Blind squirrel.
I didn't say they're not. I'm just saying the topic of discussion. The Big Ten might have something to say about the best conference in the country. That's all I'm saying.
True, but top to bottom,
I could care less. I got no ties to either one. I'm just saying
that's true.
There's a topic of discussion.
I would just worry about winning a conference game first before I worry about anything else. So that's just me.
Who's doing that?
I don't know. Some team in Stillwater, I guess. So
I've won plenty of conference games my time, so I'm not too worried about that one either.
But yeah,
that's gonna be a freaking awesome episode, man. I hope we get the juices flowing just like that with Chris, honestly, and get it flared up. But I seriously, it is.
Let's get some Big Ten conversations going too. Yeah, that is a good talking point. You're right.
Just the rivalry is good. I'm saying, but I'm excited to hear his take on like some of the new coaches in the SEC along those lines and all that talk. And honestly, the SEC, like I've seen on ESPN the last couple of weeks, like SEC wanting to get back on top. They want the big one.
I would say that they have some work to do. I will say that. Yeah.
And there's some real contenders, obviously. So it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be a big time college football year.
Hey, and then your boy over at Arkansas, new head coach. I'm excited to see what they're going to do in year one of his tenure over in Fayetteville. So that's going to be interesting too. So.
Yeah, the Hog fans are a little concerned, I would say that, but from the ones that I've talked to.
Oh yeah, I think they're concerned every year. So
that's true.
It don't matter.
Just
I think they want to just get rid of. I think they're more concerned with their athletic director than I think they are their coaches. So
that's probably it. But I tell you one thing: they're fired up about basketball. They're ready for basketball. I know that.
Oh, of course.
They're ready for basketball.
Coach Cal, man. Yeah,
I think they just want to close their eyes to the football season, from what I've understood.
Yeah, and then
that's just what they're telling me. I know some Arkansas people.
No doubt. Yeah, and then baseball, of course. You got really good stuff. So, but yeah, man, we've gone about an hour. We said we were going to go 30 minutes. It happens. It's the life of sports talk, I guess. So, I love it.
That's right.
But
especially when fantasy's involved and fantasy drafts are coming up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure. But guys, again, follow, subscribe to the channel. Jake will be on as the NFL season, as things get kicked off. We'll do some fantasy football updates, stuff like that. Jake, Cheddar Bob. Sorry, see, you got me doing it, man.
I know. I can't believe it. That's my fault, man. That is my fault.
Well, I'm reading the name, so
yeah,
I have an excuse. I don't know what your excuse was. So I just met him.
I genuinely don't have one. I just fudged up, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, I just met him. So I'm like Alan,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just fudged up, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We forgive you.
No, but follow, subscribe to the channel. Thank you to our sponsors again. You see them down here. Our boys over there at Coop Paint, Stripe, and Ceiling, Jeremy Hodge Auto Group, and of course Dylan Glidden and the boys at Magnolia Landscape and Design. Actually did a couple yards for our property management company this last week, and guys out there beating the heat and doing some great work out there. Shout out to those guys if you guys need any of that, and we will see you again next week.